Hey guys, Generic Duelist here, coming at you with a post-banlist Trickstar deck profile, as well as a banlist discussion and a discussion about the new rules Konami's just announced. Alright, let's get into the deck profile first. So we got 1 Lilybell, 3 Candina, and 3 Lycoris. Pretty standard Trickstar lineup. You might want to start playing Lilybell at 2 now, just because of the new rulings, which makes Trickstar in general a lot better of a deck. We'll get more into that later. 2 Eater. This card just wins so many games because you don't even really go into your extra deck that much. 3 Effect Veiler. 3 Droll. Now, this card should have been put to 1. This is the real problem card of the deck. Without Droll, Reincarnation is nothing. And just even without the Reincarnation combo, Droll is just such a powerful card for how much searching and adding you do nowadays in Yu-Gi-Oh! So I think Droll is a card that should have been hit on the list. As well as 2 Ogre. I was planning on playing 3, but now that Pendulum and Draco are hit, Ogre has lost a lot of its power. Because there's just not that many targets you want hit. But 2 is still pretty good. That's it for monsters. Pretty normal stuff. 3 Terraforming. I'm happy that this card didn't get hit like a lot of people wanted to on the list. I think it's fine at 3, especially now that Ancient Fairies banned. 3 Light Stage. And I bumped it up to 3 Scapegoat because you want to see this card pretty often. It's just a free Borreload, free Ningir Sunib combo. Then 2 Pot. I'm trying this instead of Desires, because with Desires, I kept just banishing 2-3 Lycoris. And then you really need at least 2 Lycoris to really grind through the game. 1 Monster Reborn and 1 Regeki. I cut out Dark Hole because I was really tired of opening it up going first, and it was just dead. I side it. But maining Regeki is still pretty good. And then we got 3 Reincarnation. This card's still amazing, especially with how much searching everyone does nowadays. 3 Torrential Tribute. This card is a lot better than I thought it would be in Trickstar. When your opponents do the massive link spamming or get summon something you really can't get over, especially when playing against dinos, this card just handles that for you. 1 Warning and 2 Strike. These cards are great, obviously, but because of the new rulings where there's now no more overtime, you're not going to want to be playing these in Game 3 or a late Game 2 because of them making you take damage. And then 2 Heavy Storm Dusters to take care of spells and traps. But now you really want to be careful with Heavy Storm Duster because of Waking the Dragon. And I think a lot more people are going to be playing Artifacts. Let's get into the extra inside. We got 1 Missus and 2 Link Spider for Scapegoat. Ibn and Girsu, really good to make off of Scapegoat. Underclock, Decode Talker, Holly Angel, Proxy. This is good when you're going up against any lair deck because you can't summon Missus off of your tokens because they become dark. Break Sword, Castel, Abyss Dweller. Now that people are going to be playing a lot more Sekka Mermails, this is going to be really good. And then the Utopia package. Go on to the side. 2 Honest. In case, people still might be playing Draco, this is good against it. Or any time you need to beat over something that you can't get rid of with your removal. 1 more Ogre. Again, I'm going to be taking this out for some Cherries, because Cherry's going to be really good this format. Going up against Spiral Nightmare, just hit Helix with the Cherry. What are they really going to do? Or playing Goki Nightmare, just hit Unicorn or a Sold. That's pretty good. 1 Gamma Seal. 3 Sphere Modes. Sphere mode is also going to be good against any Nightmare deck because they can't really stop it. Called by the Grave. This card was already great last format, but now this is going to be even better. Altergeist, if they already have a multi-faker engrave and then they activate another one in hand, just hit it with Called. There's so much stuff to hit. Dark Hole, good if you're going to go second. Lost Wind, I'm also going to be taking these out for cherries, but Lost Wind's pretty good. If they summon a soul, just hit it with Lost Wind, that's pretty good. And hopefully the Brandish Killer, Anti-Spell Fragrance. There's not really much to say about it. It's just a good floodgate. So let's talk about the ban list now. I'm pretty happy with the hits on it. I really feel like Demise should have been hit, but the Draco hits are good. I'm one of the few people I know that thought Dynamite was going back to 1. I didn't see Ignis going back to 3, but it really makes sense. They just lost their super oppressive card, and they're still going to be a good stun deck that can normal summon on your turn and play whatever floodgates they want to play. But other than that, like, a lot of people were wondering why Venom Dragon got hit. There's just copying card effects in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so good, and it's been part of other degenerate strategies, and it's also good at hurting Pendulum. But Pendulum's still good, just you can't abuse Astrograph anymore. It still has great cards like Electromite and Harmonizing Magician. The decks to beat this format are probably going to be Altergeist and Brandish. Especially when we get Summon Sorceress, Brandish is going to get a little ridiculous. But so just always play Anti-Spell and Imperial Order and stuff like that. Other than that, the ban list was pretty good. And when I first saw the ban list, I was like, why did Chain Strike get hit? And then yesterday they announced these brand new rules, and then all of a sudden it makes sense. No more 0-5 turns in overtime, which I honestly think is a good rule change. Because at regionals, like, you have a 40-minute round to play 2 out of 3, and then overtime always goes like 25, 30 minutes, and it's absolutely ridiculous that the rounds last that long, and it just makes it take all day. A lot of people are saying that's just going to encourage slow play. If you've ever been to a regional, the announcers always say, slow playing will not be tolerated. If your opponent's just sitting there looking at his grave constantly and is just shuffling around his hand, if your opponent really doesn't advance game state in more than 30 seconds, you should probably call them for slow playing, or at least be like, hey man, can you hurry up, please? I don't want to go into time, especially with these new rules. And it's like, if you're in game 3 and you see there's a minute left on the clock, and you're trying to get your turn going in there, and you call main phase 1, they're like, hold on, I might have something in standby, but they obviously don't. Or you're trying to go into battle phase, they're like, hold on, I have something in main phase 1. That's going to be slow playing to me. And that you just need to hit your opponent when they try and slow play you on this. But I think it's a good rule change. We'll just have to see. I know a lot of people in the community aren't very happy. But, yeah, tell me what you guys think about the ban list and the new rules down in the comments below. I feel like Trickstar is going to be seeing a lot more play, especially with these new rules, because last 20 seconds of Game 3, you just activate all your reincarnations, burn them a lot. So, just be looking out for a lot more burn decks in general, guys. So, leave a like and subscribe. Catch you next time.